The market for augmented reality products could surge 130-fold over the next decade, with revenue for virtual worlds approaching $400 billion by 2025. That's 59% annualized growth. In this video, I'll use research from the ARK Invest and my favorite stock screener to show you how to invest in AR and VR stocks, then reveal the 5 virtual reality stocks to watch right now. We're talking investing in augmented and virtual reality today on Let's Talk Money. Hey Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue here with the Let's Talk Money channel. I want to send a special shout out to all you out there in the nation. Thank you for spending a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. Nation, after years of false starts, it finally feels like augmented and virtual reality is starting to become commercially viable. Several companies have headsets available for just a few $100s, and we're seeing software developed outside that gaming industry where it hit first. In virtual gaming alone, the revenue opportunity could grow by 21% annually to $350 billion over the next few years. Now that data is from the ARK Invest Big Ideas report, a 112-page research report from Kathy Wood and the team over at ARK Funds on the 15 life-changing trends they're following. So over the next few months, I'm going to dig deep into these 15 disruptive trends, show you that research, help you analyze it, and then reveal the top stocks to buy in each theme. I'll be putting these videos into a special playlist on the channel called ARK Invest Stocks to Buy. Make sure you join the community so you don't miss any of those videos, because these are going to be the stocks that you want to be in over the next decade. The problem with this kind of theme investing, though, is you know you want to invest in the theme, in that virtual reality trend. You just don't know what stocks are in that space. Now for that, we can use the Stockcard.io to start our search. I'll go here to the Discover tab, and one option is to just browse through the stock collections highlighted. So here we see AI, and the second one here, virtual and augmented reality. Here I want to use the search bar though, because a lot of times you can find more focused stock groups for different segments of that theme. For example, if I start typing in virtual here, and the drop-down is going to populate with stocks grouped in VR content creation, glasses, hardware, these smaller segments of within that theme. So then if I was trying to build a diversified portfolio around that whole VR supply chain, not just in the software, I could look around into some of these. Now, I'll keep it general here though and click on virtual and augmented reality stocks, and that gives us a list of 73 AR and VR stocks to research for the best picks. I'll leave a link to Stockcard in the video description below. Don't forget to click through and follow our 2021 Bowtie Nation portfolio, up 32% already and beating the market by 25% this year. As a special bonus, I've negotiated an exclusive discount for everyone here in the community. Use the promo code BowtieNation, all one word in lowercase, for an exclusive discount beyond the free trial. Now, researching for our 5 VR stock picks, I want to look for companies across the supply chain in that theme. Now that means looking for the companies in not just the software side, but in equipment and other hardware as well. ARK believes that by next year, consumer-grade AR headsets could turbocharge sales, setting the trend for a $130 billion market opportunity by 2030 from just under $1 billion currently. And that growth is in addition to the $365 billion market for global gaming that's going to include virtual components by 2025. So there is an immense opportunity here, not just in those most obvious VR stocks, and I want to be ready across the supply chain. First on our list of VR stocks here is Unity Software, ticker U. This is a $30 billion leader in creating and operating interactive 3D content for game developers, as well as business applications in automotive, construction, and film. I really like Unity as a pure play across the theme because it's not just in that gaming space, but helping companies design applications in every sector. The company reported 53% revenue growth last quarter, representing 3 consecutive quarters of increasing sales growth and $2.5 billion in monthly active users. Management is guiding to $754 million in 2020 revenue, growth of 40% from last year, though it does expect that operating loss to increase on those higher expenses. Now, the company isn't expected to be profitable for a couple of years at least, even as that revenue keeps growing at that double-digit pace. Shares are pricey here at 40 times on a price-to-sales basis, so this is definitely one where you have to believe in that long-term growth in the AR and VR market opportunity and just give it time to grow into that valuation. Gaming will likely be the first to benefit from the VR theme, and few are better positioned than Electronic Arts, ticker EA. ARK estimates that even on a 20% increase in the cost per hour in gaming through higher monetization, it'll still remain a cheaper pastime than social, music, cable TV, and the news. And on that increase in monetization, the base case would be for a market opportunity of $250 billion by 2025, with the bull case as high as $350 billion. That's 21% annualized growth. EA is the undisputed leader in gaming with over 2.6 billion players and some of the strongest franchises, especially in that sports gaming vertical. The company just announced a massive acquisition of Glue Mobile in February and is expected to close in the second quarter. EA will pay $2.1 billion for Glue and its portfolio of mobile games, along with a team of 500 plus developers. Now in the past, EA's focus has been mostly console games, so adding Glue and its advantage in mobile brings a lot to the table. EA reported 12% revenue growth over the last year and is expected to post 4% earnings growth on 17% sales growth over the next 4 quarters. The current quarter is a little light on those new releases, and it's hard to see how the company repeats its results from an amazing year last year, but this is one that's going to continue to benefit on that shift to gaming and the virtual reality theme. Shares trade for 7 times on a price to sales basis, so not quite as expensive as some of these others on our list. An interesting penny stock here on the list, $590 million WiMi Hologram Cloud, ticker WIMI. WiMi provides a holographic cloud service that can integrate 3D and AR-based images into video footage for advertising and instructional videos. The company operates across 2 segments in China, augmented reality advertising and AR entertainment. Now this one is a recent 2020 IPO, so not a lot of financial information or other data, though it has booked 29% annualized revenue growth over the last 2 years. The next earnings report is due out towards the end of April, so we should get more clarity on that 2021 guidance by then. Their shares are trading for 11.8 times on a price to sales basis, but the growth is definitely there. It has a strong offer in the Chinese educational TV space, as well as a project with China Mobile, but I'd like to see it expand internationally before really committing too much money on this one. There are a few stocks that seem to come up in multiple big trends lists, and NVDA Corporation, ticker NVDA, is one of them. NVIDIA has grown into so much more than just that maker of graphics cards that most investors see. Besides making those cards that power computers and enable the kind of computing-intensive programs that are going to be needed for augmented reality, artificial intelligence, it's also running data centers, software platforms, and many of the biggest trends that we're following. In AR and VR specifically, it's got a strong footprint in gaming, which booked revenue up 67% on a year-over-year basis, and the company's GeForce gaming platform now has over 6 million members. It's also beta testing its NVIDIA Omniverse real-time 3D simulation platform for business applications. The recently launched RTX 30 series of GPUs offers twice the performance of prior generations and is driving a major upgrade cycle, installed in 70 plus laptop models, the most in the company's history. Nation, next to Salesforce.com, NVIDIA is probably my favorite stock for hitting as many of these big long-term trends as possible, including gaming, VR, AI, self-driving, and the cloud, but it doesn't come cheap. The company reported sales growth of 52% over the last fiscal year and is expecting to produce 33% earnings growth over the next year to $13.36 per share. Now that still puts shares at 40 times on a price to earnings basis and 19 times sales. Shares dropped 17% in the recent sell-off, which isn't too bad considering other tech stocks lost 20 and 30%, but this one is definitely exposed to that risk in those high PE stocks. Over the next 3 to 5 to 10 years though, this is one of the stocks that you want to be picking up on any dips. Now, despite the fact that gaming will probably benefit first, I think social VR is where the undiscovered opportunity might be, and specifically with shares of Facebook, ticker FB. Now, obviously, Facebook is the leader in social, but its 2014 acquisition of VR headset maker Oculus put it squarely ahead of this theme as well. Oculus went from just 19% of the VR headset market in 2018 to 28% just 1 year later, just behind market leader Sony. And again, while a lot of that near-term VR opportunity is in gaming, growing to $350 billion annually by 2025, I think the bigger long-term potential is in those social interactions, and that's where Facebook excels. Just imagine everything from being able to interact with your social contacts in that AR, VR environment to interacting with anything, any of the images in the shares. That's a potential boom in e-commerce and something nobody is talking about yet. Even before all of this though, Facebook is expected to see revenue growth 25% higher this year and earnings 12% higher to $11.33 per share. That's above the 21% sales growth it booked last year. Shares are now priced at 27 times earnings and 9 times on that price to sales basis, so not necessarily cheap, but then again, not as expensive as we've seen them in the past. I do think Facebook could have a tough year as it negotiates with the news publishers on that revenue sharing basis, as well as maybe some antitrust scrutiny from Washington. So this isn't one where you jump in with all your money at once. And maybe invest some of your money now, but hold some back for a better price later on. Click on the video to the right for the 5 artificial intelligence stocks that I'm buying right now. 5 stocks to protect your future. Don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification.